2025, I would say, was a passable year for BL anime. Kicked off with a controversial series, to say the least. Transitioned into the latest Anime Festa BL, which has some of the best scenes we may have ever seen. Korea came out swinging with a couple animated series of its own. Meanwhile, China's Danmei Donghua renaissance may be DOA, although one, in my opinion, slipped through the cracks. And then apparently a bunch of specials came out that I never heard anything about. So overall, not as fulfilling as 2024, but it's, yeah, pretty bad. But I mean, it couldn't get worse, right? So I've been covering new BL anime announcements for about 8 years now. Ew, gay! And there's always been highs and lows when it comes to the overall selection of what we get year to year. 2020, peak of the pandemic, there was almost too much to watch. And then 2 years later, our new normal was about 3. Technically just 2. And yeah, sure, shit fluctuates. Like, there are deader years than others. If we go back to like 2015, literally only had 2 options. One was Junjo Romantica 3, how nostalgic, and the other was Gaku and Handsome. Pretty bleak. But that was over a decade ago, and less than 10 years ago, we had almost 10 options in a single year. In the middle of a global plague. During that somehow glorious year of 2020, whether you only like some or you love them all, there was something for everyone. And I want to emphasize for everyone, because regardless of your age, your gender, your sexuality, your storytelling, or art preferences, my fellow BL fans, our interests are not the same. Which is why when I say our current boys-loving future is bleak, I mean it's bleak for everyone. So as of this recording, there's only a total of, drumroll, too slow, 6 BL anime currently announced. If you'll remember, it's actually the same amount that was announced around this time literally last year, although technically it's 1 more, because I have wholly given up on getting animated for fairly obvious reasons. Of course, being announced does not necessarily inherently mean that they are coming this year. If it's undated, it could come out this year or it could come out in 10 years, as is something we'll talk about later in this video. Of the list, there is 2 that are currently airing, 2 are prior announcements from several years ago, and the final 2 are brand new announcements since last year when I made the last video. So numerically not great, so let me make it worse with more numbers. Of these 6, 2 of them are this newish anime format known as light anime. Light anime are essentially anime adaptations that are made with fairly simplistic art styles, fairly minimal animation, and with fairly short episodes. What is that? Am I Canadian? So not only are we getting less BL anime overall, we're getting less total numerical amounts of it with even less effort. And some of you may say, Chris, you what about all those Anime Festa raunchy BL anime that you love so much? To which I say, that's actually my next point. You read my mind. Because of these whopping 6 announcements, literally none of them are from Anime Festa. Now, in a vacuum, this isn't necessarily inherently a big deal. There have been years in the past where they haven't released the BL anime, most notably and most recently 2023. And usually their announcements, I think, usually tend to happen about 6 months before they end up airing. So it's totally possible, like literally tomorrow or like in a month or 3 or 4, they could be announcing a new BL anime coming out this year. But I will say it is just fairly disappointing that we will have to wait this long if another BL anime from them is on the horizon, because Fukami was such a high and such a hope for the future and like the possibilities of what erotic BL anime in the modern age could look like. So hopefully Icarus didn't fly too close to the sun. But the one aspect about this that I am side-eyeing is that the overwhelming majority of everything they have released within the past at least 6 months or 3 seasons has been targeted to specifically straight men. Like 6 in a row of them have been. Where's my TL? Also couple this with how the aforementioned Korean BL animation were chastity belted, and it feels like BL's future at this point has been castrated. Like the has just been sliced right off. The last thing I will mention before we get to the very short list is to always keep in mind BL and adjacent series getting canceled is also our new normal. It's like a yearly occurrence at this point. So the list may be 6 now, but it could be 2 tomorrow. And I say 2 specifically because 2 of them are airing. I mean, I don't think Beam Counter will get like I know Kusumi 2012, but let me not. So in honor of the 3-year anniversary, we are back on the floor in solidarity with Yoonbum. So we're on the floor in solidarity with Yoonbum. As we go through this bleak-ass BL future. Anyway, so number 1, Isekai no Sata wa Shachiku Shidai, or Isekai Office Worker, The Other World's books depend on the Beam Counter. Beam Counter I was like going to watch, and then I like decided I wasn't going to watch it just after the more I saw of it. I was like, I don't really care. I don't love any of these character designs, but at this point I feel like, okay, you know what? I'll kind of watch it to see if I can do a video, because I haven't done a video in 3 months. As a fan of the Saint's omnipotent The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. This feels like just like the BL version of that. A guy gets isekai to another world, and now he's working in the isekai world, and then there's a man that loves him, from my understanding. And I think they have to have to like help his like magical condition or something to that effect. It's not like full erotic. It's not like Fukami. From what I understand, it's fade to black. So, but hey, fade to black, listen! Fade to black is a return to form. It has under a 7, which is surprising. Actually, you know what? The score makes sense to me because as someone who has like not seen it and from what I know of generally scoring on my anime list. So let me basically assume without doing any research. And y'all tell me in the comments if this is correct or not. So it has a 6.97. It has less than a 7. 6.9 is frankly not bad for BL anime, I would generally say. Although most well-received BL anime that aren't like a Given or a Sasamiya usually have a 7 in front of it. I want to say Tasogare had a 7. Let me do my research in a little bit in this. Tasogare had a 7.47. 1, it's isekai. People like hate isekai. 2, homophobia. Homophobia is always going to be a key point and factor. 3, it's by Studio Dean. Studio Dean, you know, Studio Dean I respect, but I don't love. Honestly, quite frankly, just very bluntly, we would not have the majority of the BL anime that we have ever had if it wasn't for Studio Dean. Studio Dean has like gone out of their way to animate most of them, and then like the initial D season 3 movie. But Studio Dean is also known to botch adaptations both artistically as well as narratively. Most notably for me, Raise wa Tanin ga Ii, I completely refuse to watch, and Studio Dean did that. 4, there's in it, and like, you know, like, oh my god, Pearl Clutch, there's boys have sex. But Tasogare had sex, and that had a higher score. There was another reason why I was baselessly assuming, oh, bean counter in the name is probably with it, because like, what the is a bean counter? Like, I'm sure there's a definition for it. There obviously is a definition for it. The affairs of the other world depend on the corporate slave, and so why is bean counter the replacement for corporate slave? I understand, oh, hey Acro, I understand not wanting slave in the title. You could be like, for the corporate overtime worker. Why bean counter? I feel like that counts against it too. And so people see bean counter and they're like, nope, canceled. And also, oh, the last thing is just like probably differences in the adaptation compared to the light novel and or manga. I forget which comes first. Whether I do a video on it feels like if I have anything to say in that I haven't already said in this video, and if I really feel like any like compulsion to actually talk about it. Next is Sayo no Gikai wo Mederu Tame Nagaika Shimasu, which is also isekai. Yeah, I really don't know much about this. I was considering picking it up just because it's BL, but then I like looked at the voice cast and I looked at the art and I learned that it was a light anime, and that's also currently airing. I don't believe it's streaming anywhere. I don't believe it's erotic either. I heard this was on Ocean Vale, but I guess that's incorrect because I went to look last night and I couldn't find it. So next up is probably the most anticipated out of literally all of these, like without question. And that's Ganbare Nakamura-kun, which was delayed from being released in 2025 and is supposed to be released this year. By the way, I'm not explaining Ganbare Nakamura-kun. If you don't know what it is, you can look it up because it's talked about in over-memed. I read it a long time ago before it popped off, and I thought it was just fine. It was cute. It was whatever. Really liked the art style of the mangaka. The story was just kind of, it was okay. But the fact that it's popped off just like makes me roll my eyes. From what I understand, they like showed a preview of it at one of these conventions. It exists. Apparently, people have apparently seen it as of December. Will it release in 2026? Who knows? I don't know how they're going to stretch it into a TV anime unless it takes the karaoke eco route and it's only like 5 episodes. But even then, like, this could literally, this could have either been a movie. I feel like this could have been like an episode. I don't feel like this needed to be a TV series, but I guess they're adding content. Perfect Addiction! This is the first of 2 new announcements. I read the summary. Let me go off of my brain, even though I have it literally right in front of me. It's more entertaining that way. From what I understand, this is a story about a guy who comes to realize that he, like, is gay, and so, like, but he's never been satisfied. And so then he ends up meeting a guy who is also attracted to him, and so like he has to break his hang-ups about sex in order to like have a good time in the bedroom or something like that. That's all I know about this. Bad news about this, it's a light anime. So one, will light anime have to be our sexual savior? Because that is just so dystopian to me. People complain about Anime Festa because it's short and like it's not well drawn and well animated, but light anime is even worse than Anime Festa aesthetically. The original is like erotic, like is a core key theme about it. I don't know how they would cut that out unless they do fade to black. We will find out when and if it releases. Will I watch it? I will probably maybe try it. It'll be my first light anime. The second new announcement, I'm not talking about in public. See you behind the paywall, bitch. And lastly is one that I have to mention. Some of y'all are going to be like, Chris, this is no longer a thing. And I'm going to say, technically, it technically has the possibility of still being a thing. That being, Ice Adolescence, just kidding. Sorry, that was evil. Yeah, no, Yuri on Ice is like dead. Mappa said it's over. The production committee with that said it's canceled. However, one that is less dead is actually Twittering Birds Never Fly's second movie, Saizuru Tori wa Habatakanai, The Storm Breaks. And the technicality I'm going to go with is like the simple fact that it has not officially been announced as being canceled. The only thing that we have gone off of is the fact that the Grizzly Anime Studio, which is a subsidiary of Mappa, terminated because they're just blatantly homophobic at this point. The studio being shut down does not inherently necessarily mean that the production is canceled. Blue Lynx is still a thing, but Blue Lynx is like a skeleton of its former self. The most recent thing they did was like some music video for some BL manga, and it didn't look great. Studios switch all the time. Aoashi has switched studios. I believe Diamond No Ace has switched studios 3 times. Literally, Initial D, which came out like, again, over a decade ago, Initial D, every single season of Initial D had a different anime studio. And I will say that this also applies to Tokyo Babylon 2021. I was going to talk about it later, might as well just talk about it now. Because again, that was canceled because of the plagiarism accusations by Gohans. So Gohans is no longer involved with it. However, the production itself was never canceled. Hope is bleak again. I don't have high hopes for it, but it is still a possibility. So I can't not mention it here. So that's literally it for literal BL anime adaptations. However, it is not all for this video and not all for BL fans.
You wanna see some ass, I wanna see some cash.
So much like last year, I'm just gonna highlight all the rest of the anime that's coming out this year that, in my opinion, I think will or already does appeal to BL fans. The yaoi danmei of it all. If you don't know what yaoi danmei is, here's a guide. And add my interest stacks on my anime list, linked in the description. So we'll be going season by season, starting with the current.
Will you be there?
I'm gonna start with a sequel roundup. Jujutsu Kaisen, Gojo may be in the box, and Gego's arc might be over. BL fans of it are still here. So are the Naoya Yume, who I respect. Medalist Season 2. I'm like a medalist auntie. Ever since Ice Adolescence was canceled, like, you cannot make me watch this little lolly ice skating anime. People keep telling me there's yaoi danmei in it, and you know what? If y'all say so, y'all say so, but I didn't say so. Y'all didn't hear it from me. Golden Kamui is Golden Kamui. Come on now. Come on now. Fire Force, which, like, I feel like the general fandom for it has fallen off. Talk about falling off. Trigun Stargaze. When Trigun, the first season of the Trigun remake came out, I could not escape Vashwood and Plantcest, and I have not seen any of that shit anywhere this current season while it's airing. I feel like literally nobody is watching it. It's airing. Are y'all out there?
Is anybody listening?
Next up, I have like a canon gaze section, which is just kind of like, these are series that have featured homosexuality. People care about representation and whatnot. Hanazakari no Kimitachi E or Hanakimi. It's about a girl who goes to Japan in order to find this high jumper that she always admired, and now she's his roommate and he thinks she's a boy, except not. The doctor in the story flat out been like, I'm gay. And has also had his hookup showed up at school, which is wildly unprofessional. They weren't hooking up at the school, but like he showed up to say hi. Nakatsu, who is basically the secondary lead, he's having like intense bisexual panic throughout the course of the story, which is priceless to watch. Also, additionally, there's this boy in overalls that I'm fucking obsessed with. Next up would be Dose Koishite Shimanda, also known as Anyway I'm Falling in Love with You, the second season. Airu, one of the main characters. There was like implications and teases in the first season about him having a crush on Kizuki. Here, the reality of that has been actualized in like the backstory of it and like his struggles of like having to deal with his homosexuality, and then a whole coming out story with his mother who accepts him. Adorable shit. There's also potentially a subplot, from what I understand from what I've skimmed of the manga, with him involving another boy. Tomei Otoko to Ningen Onna Sonochi Fufu ni Naru Futari, also known as the Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife. First of all, I've joked about before, yaoi hands. There's like a beast woman and then there's a human man, and it's like, oh, maybe they're a couple. Turns out she has her own boyfriend and he has a husband. On to everything else, the yaoi danmei of it all. Gomon Baito-kun no Nichijo, the daily life of a part-time torturer. This is basically happens in a world where torture is like now legal and accepted as a profession. It has like a 5. It is the lowest rated thing that I have watched outside of Anime Festa anime in a long while. People being like, oh my god, what? Torture is legal? That's so bad. Oh my god, my morals in my anime. Okay, get It baffles me because I'm having such a good time. It has very Ranmaru energy, I will say. Between like Shu and the love of my life, Sero, the whole like fake domestication thing going on, and like the flirting between the characters. There's also a gender non-conforming character in it. Just throwing that in there as well. Yoroi Shinden Samurai Troopers, which is just a sequel series to the original Samurai Troopers, known in America as Ronin Warriors. Spoilers, skip ahead. They killed my man and they made it tragic yaoi. I'm so depressed because the Ryusei was so hot and he was my favorite character. He's dead, so I'm dropping it. Just kidding. I'm still having a great time. Everything about this is just like speaking to me directly to my needs and my desires. Like, it's just having so much fun. The ending song clearly tells us who to ship. Red and blue, like it's Pokemon all over again. There's the Onitachi, and then there was Yusei and Shion, which had like an angst, and then also like I protected you and I've always cared about you, and then he's dead and he's like, oh no, emotions, I can't. I should just spoil this whole section. So yeah, 3 pairs of couples. It's basically Jojo Romantica. But like mixed with Super Sentai in my mind. Fate Strange Fake. So Fate Strange Fake is Fate, but it's basically like every other Fate where it's like, we're gonna do the Holy Grail War, but psych, it's not a regular Holy Grail War. They have yet to do in fucking Fate a Grail War that is the intended what it's supposed to be fucking Grail War. Can we talk about this? But this is the American Grail War. It's doomed because of that immediately. Lord El Mayowi is in here himself. I wonder if we will see him having random longing for Iskandar moments as we did in every other Lord El Mayowi. In terms of the Yaoi Danmei, Orlando and Castor, like, listen, gay call me artists, if y'all are not latching onto this, then y'all are not actually gay. Lying. It's a choice, and you've chosen heterosexuality. Then Hansa and Jester is like yaoi as so like that needs to pop off. If that doesn't pop off, then Fujoshi aren't real. So and then Flat is over here being like the beloved bottom that he is. It's Fate. If it's Fate, it's shippable. It's yaoi danmei. All Fates are yaoi danmei, even Prisma Ilya, which I yet to get to. But once I get to that, I will be able to tell you why exactly it is yaoi danmei. Vigilante Boku no Hero Academia Illegals 2nd season. I mean, I've read the entirety of the manga, so I know how and when everything goes where. Like, I've experienced all this before. Koichi has not really been coupled that much if at all this season. But you want to talk about flashback tragic yaoi? We have Eraser and Present Mike, and then you have Shirakumo. I'm depressed. And like there's ass. I was like so surprised because like they have been covering up ass. Isami, we couldn't even see Isami's cracking Bravern. The Reiwa era is like faltering. Thank God. This next one is like, y'all are gonna be like, Chris, shut the fuck up. Yusha Party wo oi dasareta kiyo bimbo, aka Jack of all trades, party of none. This is basically a story about a guy who is a part of the Yusha Party. The Yusha is his childhood friend. And so, you know where this is going. He gets kicked out of the party by his childhood friend. They're like, oh, you're not a good enough enchanter, so we want a better enchanter. And he's like, but I didn't even want to be an enchanter in the first place. I was originally a swordsman. And so now he's like running solo, but not in an angsty way. And like, I'm just gonna do everything myself because like I want to be self-sufficient because wah! And he's also hot and he's voiced by Takeo Otsuka. What's my fucking weakness? So basically, why is this yaoi danmei outside of the childhood friends? Listen, this is the opening sequence. And I know what code is. He recently just got an older white hair guild party member person or whatever. It's giving link click. Just kidding. I can't in good faith be like, yeah, you guys should definitely watch this. It's strong yaoi danmei. No, it's me delusional yaoi danmei. Uruwashi no Yoi no Ski in the Clear Moonlit Dusk, which is basically a shoujo romance. To me, it's giving Gen Z Reiwa era maid-sama in its energy and its approach and its characters, where it's like very much maid-sama is up with Acro. Uruwashi is like on the floor with Yunbum. But really and truly, one of the main characters' best friends is a Fujoshi, so there's that if you like your Fujo representation, as I very much do. And then lastly is Shibisu, The Sound of Heroes. This had such strong yaoi danmei potential in the beginning, but it has been squandered by its comp het plots. Soji and Kyoya, let me just put it this way. The title I have for this anime on my Discord server is Unite Appropriation. As a reference to Unite Up, because Kyoya and Soji is very aggressively Akira and Daiki from Unite Up. Like, it's literally the same thing. These are both Aniplex productions. It's like they literally copied and pasted and then cheated off of themselves.
Whatever you do, don't put the blame on you.
spring is gonna sprung, except it's actually not gonna, the only thing that's springing in spring is heterosexuality, actually. It's like very much not going to be a yaoi-rific spring, unfortunately. Sequel roundup, ReZero. I'm only including ReZero on here because there's an artist I follow who, I forget what art I was following them for, but they have hardcore pivoted into ReZero, so I am completely in agreement that ReZero is yaoi, even though Isekai Quartet is literally yaoi. But this is ReZero without Kazuma, so maybe it's a little less yaoi. It's shonen. Dr. Stone, I can't escape Dr. Stone doujinshi and derivative works, no matter how much I try. I have a firm belief at this stage of my content career that, let me lay down this, that I feel like we shouldn't necessarily distance ourselves from certain, I say that, but also I'm also like, Blue Lock is for incels and people who ship incels. But anyway, I'm a hypocrite. It's okay. We all are. Welcome to humanity. There are certain series that like I have for years like avoided for different reasons because like I knew like how many women hating, gay hating, homophobic like type guys attached to these shows. But there are so many different series I have personally delved into out of morbid curiosity or because of a cute boy that I've like watched and I'm like, oh my God, where are my girls, gays, and days? Because you all need to be here. The two series that are at the top of that list are both have sequels coming out in the spring. First is, of course, Classroom of the Elite. Y'all need to get into Classroom of the Elite because it is elite. Ayano Koji, Ayano Kuchi, as I call him. All different flavors of BL shipping, in my opinion. You could have him with Hirata. You could have him with that bastard Ryuen, with Pseudo. Like, there's so many options. He's like a genius, yes, but he's not like flaunting his genius, and he's explaining his genius because like he wants to explain the long con to the reader, but like he's not, oh, I'm a Sigma male grind set, like cold moment bullshit. Like, he really isn't. He's just like, Keiki. Do I have the clip? I'm gonna put the clip in. Keiki. He is adorable. I love Ayano Koji. He is so cute. It is a joy, and he is a joy. The whole series is a joy, and the bodies are banging. So I highly recommend it. But the second incel icon series that I highly recommend is Mahoka. Come on now, irregular. It is enthralling in its own right. If you have taste. But I will also say Tatsuya has a billion boy wives too, and there's all kinds of boy wifishness going on in the background, and boys clearly like not clearly, let me not lie in my delusions, get into Mahoka. Irregular is like for the irregulars. Girls, gays, and days are the irregulars at this magic high school of life. Regular Magic High School has a movie coming out, by the way, a sequel with a man voiced by Daisuke Ono, and I am still suffering from like Kyoji derangement syndrome. Spring, you know what? It's looking head as fuck, but it might be time for some incel appropriation, guys. It might have to be. And the last sequel that I want to mention before I get into everything new is Domino Ace Act 2 Second Season. I am so excited. The baseball boys are back. I'm going to be shipping everything except for Sawa Miyu. I see fucking Miyu Sawa everywhere, and I'm like, oh my God, can we get something else, please? I need more like Kana Tojo. Kana Sawa is like even more my I want more Miyuki with his Snow Scalp separate team boyfriend. Like, I want more of that. Or even Sawa Furu. I want some, you know, Furuya in my rewatch, I'm like, I appreciate Furuya much more. And this has nothing to do really with Yaoi Danmei. I'm so very excited. I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. The bisexual icon, I forget his name, will be back. I will put him on the screen. As for everything new, we have Ao no Kill, which is about an assassin who gets stung by a bee, turns into a minor, and ends up going to school. Even though I think he's married with a child. The main reason that I even decided to give this even like a glimpse is because it's from the same mangaka as Kuroko no Basket. And if you, I keep falling over, if you lived through the 2010s, you know for a fact, on the internet in general, you could not escape the word yaoi without there being some sort of Kuroko no Basket imagery in the mix. Initially, I was gonna say, because I don't really like the main character design, but I watched the trailer out of morbid curiosity, and I heard Aniki, and so I'm sold. Mao is another classic series by Rumiko Takahashi. I really don't know anything about this other than I know that it's like attractive boys with facial scars fighting each other. And like that's literally yaoi. That's not even yaoi danmei, that's yaoi. Koroneko Tamajo no Kyoshitsu, which is about a magic school. From what I understand and what I looked at very briefly, there is a boy, an angry looking boy with lip piercings in the trailer, and I was like, oh, he's cute. And then they showed a girl right after who has the same lip piercings and the same hair color, and I'm like, oh, that's suspicious. And so I looked it up, and apparently they're siblings who share the same body. And so so about that shit. Potential for yaoi hijinks. I'm absolutely here for it. There's a lot of attracted boys in this. Witch Hat Atelier is coming out. I will not be watching, but from what I understand and what I have seen, it has its own Gago. So if you're missing Gago, especially since Gojo is going to be in the box for a few years, here you go. Magical alternative. Marriage Toxin. Ugh. Kami no Niwatsuki Kusu no Kite is only on here because if Campfire Cooking Dojinshi has taught me anything. Lastly is Niwatori Fighter, also known as Rooster Fighter. It's a fight. Come on now. What's more yaoi than a fight? How am I supposed to feel? There's not much here. But it's too early to know. Sequel roundup. Bleach Senin Kessenhen Kashintan. I believe this is the last season of Bleach. Listen, I have a lot of yaoi I love about Bleach, but I have to mention Bleach because Bleach is Bleach and Bleach is Bleach. And people are still gonna ship like Ishin and Kensei together, even though they like have never interacted. But I mean, obligatory muscle shipping as usual. Lastly is one is in line with what I was saying about Classroom of the Elite and Mahoka in terms of like appropriating straight men's interests. Mushko Tensei, baby! I won't be me, but can someone brave go in and yaoi-fy that shit up? Thanks. First is Black Torch. It's giving rough around the edges ex straight-laced Megane, voiced by Junya Enoki, who, as we know, is always voicing bottoms. Niju Seiki Denki Mokuro Eureka Evrika. Which is the latest new thing from Kyoto Animation. I was really excited when they first made the commercial for this years ago. And then they like revealed it and it's like extra steampunky and the boy is like really like grungy looking. It feels more like Kyokai no Kanata, but without like the side holding. Clearly a compact ship at the center of it. But where is the boy to do this to Akihito? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I still want them to adapt Moonfighters, even though Moonfighters' author is like deeply problematic and was ranting about Greta Thunberg. Like, what are you doing? Moonfighters looked spectacular, but you know what? In all fairness, Kyoto Animation is not known for faithfully adapting the novels that they have. So maybe they could just take over Moonfighters, take the concept, yaoi-fy it up, and give me what I need. But that's not confirmed. This Niju Seiki is confirmed, unfortunately. Don't stop, give me what I need. It likely will be coming out in summer or fall, or delayed or canceled. That's always a possibility. Sequel roundup. Bungo Stray Dogs Wan Ni would listen. Sokoku. Dragon Ball Super Beerus. Everybody knows Beerus and Whis is a couple. Lastly, sequel roundup is arguably one of, if not my most anticipated anime of all time. That is Aoashi Season 2! Oh, Aoashi is just, it gives me everything I need. Akutsu and Kuribayashi, Akutsu and Aoi, Aoi and Tachibana, Tachibana and everybody, Takashima and Togashi, Takashima and me! I can't, like, it's endless, it's boundless, it's bountiful. Kanada. And me! I highly recommend Aoashi to anybody and everybody, especially if you're someone who didn't like Blue Lock. If you want like a Kuroko no Basket energy, Haikyuu energy, Run with the Wind energy, Aoashi is very much like that same similar energy in its approach. My favorite anime of all time, second season, I'm so excited! New things that are set for 2026. We have Oji-san wa Kawaii Mono ga Osuki, which is about this like sexy older 40-year-old man who like likes cute things. I love the Gap. I love the Gap. The Gap Moe. I don't think that there are any other male characters in this. But when in doubt, there is always Otoko Yume. Seiden is just like a supernatural battle series from Shonen Jump, and it's Weekly Shonen Jump. And if we know anything about Weekly Shonen Jump from the last video I made, they're known for suppressing the gays. Genso Suikoden looks like a bisexual love triangle based off of the games, because the poster is giving us nothing. I can't see nothing in the poster. Oh. Never mind. In the poster, there's red and blue. Red and blue is yaoi. We all know this by default. Black hair and white hair is also yaoi. It's double yaoi! I know there's a girl in the mix, so it's kind of like giving Team 7 and like Team 7 love triangle. So it's like Narusaku, Saku, Xiao, Narusasu all over again. If history repeats itself, I'll be rooting for the Sakura. I'm sorry. Romalia Senki is like a military story about this girl who is like from a noble family or whatever, and then military things are going on. There's more red and blue. We are exiting the black and white yaoi era, and we are entering the red and blue, in my opinion. I just know it's military drama, and so what were what is that shit called? Military classified. It's giving military classified in my mind.
just don't know. I just don't know.
Some of these will absolutely come out this year. None of them are confirmed to come out this year. Start with the sequels as usual. Witch Watch Season 2. So I said I wasn't going to talk about them in like uplink, but I had to start with Witch Watch. Eventually we are going to get like one of like the most like BL moments in Witch Watch. Mwah. Beautiful. You just get it. And of course, like we have the usual the Fujoshi teacher and the artist that she works with. So of course, Blue Lock. Y'all like Blue Lock. It is what it is. Idol 7 4th season. Good for you. It's Idol 7. It's the rainbow. It's good for you. The King's Avatar Season 4, or Quanji Gao Shou. I watched it out of morbid curiosity because it was an android that I wanted as usual. Huang Xiaotian's, of course. And I was like, oh, this is literally Yaoi Danmei. Like literally Danmei. Season 3 was giving like collecting the boy wives. It was beautiful. Twisted Wonderland, the animation. We have Savannah Claw and Octagonelle anime seasons coming out. Excited for both of them. I can't wait for like the Jade Lloyd of it all to pop off. Ruggy being DP'd by Jack and Leona. Let's go! Katsuki no Yona Zokuhen. I mean, listen, as a Hak Yona hater, there are the two boys from the country that's ran by the woman, which is such an awful way to describe it. I used to remember like all the different countries, but like Yona completely lost me in the final arc is all I will say. I will not spoil it for everybody else. But there are two guys, a black-haired one and a blonde-haired one, and that means yaoi. And they're with Koren at that country. It's two of Koren's bodyguards. So there's that. Ginga Eiyu Densetsu. When are we getting more Legend of the Galactic Heroes? Legend of the Galactic Heroes has been yaoi since the 80s. Caught up on it, I think, last year, and because I thought a new season would be coming, because the new season was announced. Like, they promoted it at Anime Japan last year, but then there was nothing. And so there's still nothing. And I think the rebroadcast is still happening, so I guess maybe it'll happen after the rebroadcast is my hypothesis, but we'll wait and see. Because Kitty Haisu! And also just like everybody and anybody, and Poplin, and oh my god, what's Poplin's boyfriend? I can't remember his name. No! I hate the Ginga Eiyu wiki. It's so awful. Don't I have an image on my computer somewhere that I made of the two of them? Poplin and Konev. Yes. There's that combined image. I will be showing it on the screen because this is official imagery. It actually was two separate images and I combined them because I have eyes. I have eyes and taste. And I love these two I can't stand it. They're my favorite. I have so many options. Ginga Eiyu is yaoi as so, even though it killed the best yaoi ship. Card Captor Sakura Clear Card Hen Zokuhen. The next Card Captor Sakura Clear Card. I don't know why they haven't made it yet. The manga been done for a few years now. Toyuki. Come on now. The people love Toyuki. Shin no Tennis no Oji-sama. One of these years I will get into Prince of Tennis, but Prince of Tennis is a yaoi staple from long time. Tokyo Revengers. I cannot escape the yaoi of Tokyo Revengers. The Summer Hikaru died. Y'all love it. I didn't particularly care to pick it up. I don't have it in the BL section is because it is like, again, I'm gonna say this once. BL is a category to describe media in Japan, particularly in this instance, that portrays two men in a relationship. However, not all media that depicts two men in a relationship is necessarily labeled BL. BL necessitates it, but something can have something like two men in a relationship like in BL and not be classified as BL. It particularly is related to either the original creator labeling it as BL if they are self-publishing, but if it's related to being published by a publisher, it has to be published by like a BL magazine and etc. for it to be labeled BL. So it is not BL. That does not make it any more or less gay, or better or worse representation. It's just not the category that it falls under. Gay komi is also depictions of men in same gender relationships. That does not necessarily mean that it is BL, but that does not necessarily mean it's more or less gay or better or worse representation. That's all I'm going to say on that. I've said this for years. It should be common sense by now, but some of y'all are so goddamn brain dead. It has to be repeated every time. Speaking of brain dead, SK8 season 2. I'm out. Renga's #1 hater. I'm also here for iCherry. I don't like any of the popular ships in SK8, to be honest, but I digress. Dungeon Meshi season 2 has its plethora of shippers. Laios being out literally everywhere on the internet for anyone and everyone. The link clicks season 3. The link will click for a third time. World Trigger is getting a new anime, whatever that means. I don't know if it's a sequel or a readaptation or a continuation. We will wait and find out. But World Trigger is another series whose ships I cannot escape no matter where I go. Akira is getting a new anime, and I refuse to watch Akira, but if there's one thing I know about Akira, it's that like I have seen that there's two boys in it and they're at odds, and that literally is code for yaoi. Ninja Kamui is getting a second and and third season. Now, Ninja Kamui, I am also high-key a hater of. I watched the first season. I wouldn't say that I enjoyed it. Because there was some, like, real blatant, like, regressive homophobia in this shit. It felt like anime for conservatives. To be honest, that's just how I felt. It's how I felt about it. Don't ask me to elaborate. I don't remember. I just remember that's how I felt at the time. But I will say, Joe Higan is fine as ever-living and so is his rival, former best friend turned enemy. Now maybe they might be in alliance, Zai. Next is my favorite Danmei Donghua of all time, Zwosho Shanglan 3, aka, Layup, which is Danmei to me, bitch. No matter who you are, what you're into, you cannot escape slam dunk yaoi. It is everywhere. It is everywhere. There's something about basketball that is just inherently yaoi. I know people like to say like, oh, baseball is inherently yaoi because like pitchers and catchers, but there's something about baseball animation that is like inherently yaoi. I don't know what it is. It's Slam Dunk Kuroko no Basket in this. Boruto Naruto Next Generations Part 2. How a Boru continues. Or finishes. I don't know why this hasn't come out yet. I am the biggest Two Blue Vortex hater. Have I said this enough times on this channel? I am like the biggest NNG stan, particularly of the anime, and I am the biggest Two Blue Vortex anti, which is so funny because that is so polar opposite to how everybody else who consumes these things feels about either of these things. But I digress. Oh, Two Blue Vortex fixed everything. Now it's what it's supposed to. No. Two Blue Vortex is literally Masashi Kishimoto writing y'all's fan fiction because y'all let his last previous series bomb when he wanted to try something new and y'all won't let him leave Naruto. So now he's back to make his money and to be like, you know what? Y'all already wrote what you wanted, so let me just write my own version. It is so... I hate Two Blue Vortex, and yet I'm still reading it. Oh, who's the problem? And lastly, hot off the press yesterday, Katsugeki Token Ranbu movie. It's alive! Holy shit, it's alive! Ufotable just recently announced kind of like a promotional video or whatever of things that they have coming, clearly because Yaiba is coming to an end and they're like, okay, well, we need our next cash cow. But they also announced that the Katsugeki Token Ranbu movie is still alive. Holy shit, it's going to be a decade since it was announced. Listen, Yuri on Ice got canceled, but Token Ranbu perseveres. Let me go. If they give me Ufotable, Heshikiri, I can't. That man, I have such a weakness for that man. That anthropomorphic sword. He is so fine. But Heshikiri is my favorite sword of all time, like unquestionably. Okanehira is a strong second behind that. I would love a Kurikata, but it's way too early for them to be introducing Kurikata. Dodonuki, of course, absolutely. The gay icon of Japan himself. Yamabushi, Chogi, Sanchomo. Basically, Token Ranbu from Kakashi stands and Yume. It's going to be a terrible year, I can already tell. But like, the Katsugeki Token Ranbu movie being said to still be alive made my year. It persevered for a decade. Decade. Iconic. The greatest of all time. Charisma is basically just, I believe it's like a multimedia project. Seven-person share house. Same category, I would say, as male idol anime. What do we do with male idol anime? Kyokai no Melody looks tragic yaoi as fuck. Two boys who like music, and then one of them apparently dies. That's not a spoiler, that's in the description. But then he comes back. So I don't know if it's supernatural or not. I don't know if it's like he's seeing the ghost and it's ghost yaoi, which I would absolutely love. Shunwoo, same author as Gue Nanting, and Gue Nanting, as I mentioned earlier in this video, subliminally was yaoi. It was Danmei as fuck. Eisenflugel sounds like, oh, I got that Eisenflugel. There's two pilots. One has white hair and looks sad, and there's a happy brown-haired one. So I'm going to assume the happy brown-haired one dies, and it's more tragic yaoi. Kochikame is getting a new anime. Kochikame is like this very bizarre thing in Weekly Shonen Jump. Oh, Weekly Shonen Jump, more homophobic conspiracy theories. 1976 to 2016. It published for a long time, but they never like bothered to even try to bring it over to the United States. I've always found that very suspicious. So let's assume that it's a homophobic conspiracy theory. That is quite the McDonald's eyebrows, let me just say. But anyway, Zenshi Teki na Dokusha no Shiten Kara, aka Omniscient Reader. We've talked about Omniscient Reader before. Omniscient Reader is literally yaoi. It's solo leveling. What is it that you are looking forward to the most out of all the actual literal BL anime, as well as everything that has BL energy or not, depending on how it ends up being actually, and my predictions being like way the off. Make sure to let me know in the comments below. Make sure to join my Patreon if you want to join my Patreon just because you want to. If you like citrus fruits, wink wink, nudge nudge, you might see me tomorrow, I think, or yeah, you'll see me on the 1st. Lock in. If you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know. Maybe see you there, maybe see you not. Anyway, watch more videos of mine on the screen right now. I will see y'all again sometime in March. It might be a bean counter video. It might be something completely unrelated to bean counter. I'm trying to get my together this year, so we'll see how often I post. Bye! Oh, and by the way, happy Fujoshi February on the last day of February once again. Maybe next, nope, I'm not gonna make any promises for next year. See you in March.